no big secret why Helen Hunt isn't around anymore. Famous figures who left lucrative contracts before they expired. Obtaining success in Hollywood isn't easy, but the actors on this list have accomplished just that by landing crucial roles for some of the most renowned shows like Grey's Anatomy, The Office, Breaking Bad, and more. Although they were highly sought-after talents with lucrative deals from Disney or HBO networks, eventually even these famous celebs wanted to move on to new projects. Acknowledging every job loss association agreement is essential, as much so as a contract between talent and network, which both parties contentedly sign off on. Actors have devised innovative ways of escaping contracts even before their contract expires. There can be several reasons why a performer may want to leave, even though the contract is highly profitable. From seeking out new and thrilling roles to clashing with other cast members in production, it would take just one signature for an actor to bid farewell. Number 1. Sasha Alexander. Quit NCIS. Reason? The work was getting harder. Estimated revenue loss of $100,000 per episode. Due to an increasingly strenuous workload, Sasha Alexander, who portrayed Caitlin Todd on NCIS, ultimately decided to leave the show, much like Ruby Rose's departure from the Batwoman series. The producers of NCIS later recounted how Sasha concisely articulated that, physically and mentally, it was too difficult for her to continue with the same intensity. After a short-lived stint on the show, Alexander was unexpectedly let go from her contract by the network under the guise of pursuing other opportunities. However, in an interview with TV Guide afterward, she candidly admitted that this decision had no regrets attached to it. Saying goodbye to $100,000 per episode must have been a heartbreaking experience for Alexander, yet her extraordinary performance showed no sign of difficulty. Fortunately, fans and viewers alike could still enjoy her remarkable work regardless of the hardships she faced behind the scenes. Number 2. John Francis Daly. Quit Bones. Reason? Pursuing a dream, directing his screenplay. Estimated salary loss, an average of $35,000 per episode. For 7 years, John Francis Daly held the role of Lance Sweets in the popular crime drama Bones. However, the series' 10 premiere was a shocker, with Sweets on course to becoming a father with his girlfriend Daisy, when he tragically died due to his entanglement in an FBI conspiracy. Although fans were disheartened to witness Daly's exit from the Fox series, they probably don't know that he requested to be written off. After all, Daly is an acclaimed comedy writer who's penned Horrible Bosses and The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, among other successes. He needed a break to focus on directing his movie script. With a net worth of $3 million and an expanding catalog of popular films, it appears Daly's decision to move on was financially sound. Yet that doesn't make Sweet's absence any less painful for fans. Number 3. Steve Carell, exiting The Office. NBC refused to extend his agreement. Estimated income loss per episode, $175,000. When Steve Carell's character, Michael Scott, departed from The Office in Season 7, it was a heartbreaking shock to the show's fans. Despite their best attempts to keep up with ratings for another 2 seasons afterward, the show couldn't go on without him and had no choice but to end after its 9th installment. Many speculated that his departure was due to a desire to focus more on film work instead of television roles. However, a new book released in the spring of 2020 revealed something else entirely. Michael's contract with NBC was up and he requested a raise, only to be refused by NBC, who thought they could continue without him. Little did they know, viewer numbers would take an enormous hit. It's mind-boggling to think that NBC would attempt to sustain the show without its primary star. Undoubtedly, the remaining cast was amusing and comical. However, Carell added a special sparkle to The Office that can't be refuted. Thankfully, we had 7 seasons with him before his departure. Number 4. Harrison Ford. Quit Star Wars. Why? Fearful of being typecasted. Soaring to an estimated total of $20 million in salary losses. Harrison Ford was a remarkable part of the Star Wars saga. Yet he feared that playing Han Solo would reduce his opportunities for other roles and limit him only to be associated with tough guys or action hero characters. So naturally, he wanted out of this typecasting worry, but we can be thankful as it didn't come to fruition. By taking on the role of Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford had no qualms about being typecast and even quickly returned to the franchise for a special part. However, to make his appearance in The Rise of Skywalker all the more unexpected, he requested not to be included in any casting or credits announcements, leaving audiences completely surprised when they saw him on screen. Harrison Ford's career could have gone completely differently after leaving Star Wars. However, the Force was still with him as he became one of Hollywood's biggest superstars. His iconic roles in numerous blockbuster hits, such as Blade Runner, have earned Harrison millions and cemented his legacy among established movie icons. Number 5. Leonard Nimoy quit Star Trek. Why? He was no longer invested and wanted to pursue different ventures. For each franchise movie, he is estimated to lose a staggering $2.5 million. Recently, William Shatner opened up about the departure of Leonard Nimoy from NBC's Star Trek. Unknown to his co-stars at the time, Nimoy took control of scripting his last moments as Dr. Spock and directed his death scene for Wrath of Khan. Despite being unaware he was bidding farewell forever, it was a profound transition that led an everlasting impact on viewers everywhere. Meyer, the Comcast NBC series director, and one of few who are aware of Nimoy's resolution, in conjunction with Bennett, expressed that Nimoy was hesitant about reprising his role and yearned to move forward. Despite this development, Shatner attested that they still maintained a great relationship. Trekkies felt a profound sadness when Spock left the show, yet his legacy remains alive and well in many spin-off series and films. Though Leonard Nimoy has passed away, Spock's story is far too influential to be forgotten. Instead of saying goodbye, we're seeing him live long and prosper through other mediums. Number 6. Christopher Meloni quit Law & Order SVU. Why? Unsuccessful contract negotiations. The estimated salary for each episode is a staggering $400,000. Christopher Meloni's iconic character Elliot Stabler met a shocking and untimely end as he was written off of Law & Order SVU. But the reason for this sudden parting stemmed from simple contract negotiations that couldn't be resolved. At the start of Season 12, Meloni sought a pay increase that was not fulfilled by the network. So, sadly, his character had to be removed from the finale. But rejoice, Law & Order fans, Stabler did eventually come back. Regarding contractual stipulations, salary can be a major course of conflict between networks and actors. Such was the case with Meloni when he demanded more money in his contract and wasn't afraid to leave if his request went unanswered. However, we're delighted that our favorite actor is back on screen. Number 7. Amy Carlson quit Blue Bloods. Why? End of contract. Estimated cost of lost earnings, $200,000 per episode. In 2018, Amy Carlson announced on Instagram that she was leaving Blue Bloods to pursue new opportunities with her acting career. Her character, Linda Reagan, had previously been killed off in a helicopter crash written into the show's script. With an eagerness and ambition for something different, Carlson decided to take this chance and leave behind the role of Danny's wife. Fans were frustrated when Carlson's death happened between seasons, but Donnie Wahlberg, Danny Reagan, was immensely kind and courteous towards her departure. She understood the suddenness of it all, caught people off guard, yet she wanted to explore different options as her contract had expired. Linda's death on the show may have brought closure for some fans, but it was unfortunately never meant to be. Carlson explained why she departed candidly, yet didn't make her character's departure any easier for dedicated viewers of the series to accept. Number 8. David Caruso quit NYPD Blue. Why? Finances disagreements and an aspiration to act in movies have been the primary driving forces behind this decision, losing an estimated $1.05 million per episode. NYPD Blue was a revolutionary cop show that earned accolades for its gritty and real depictions and some controversy due to the substance abuse and nudity featured. David Caruso's outstanding performance in this edgy series won him a Golden Globe Award in 1994. Caruso greatly impacted the show's first 2 seasons, but decided to depart after his 4th due to substantial financial and career motivations. Namely, he wanted more money than the producers offered him and ambitions for a film career, which Stephen Bocto covers in great detail in his recent memoir. Number 9. Nina Dobrev quit The Vampire Diaries. Why? Believed that the character had completed her journey. Estimated salary loss, a whopping $40,000 per episode. When Nina Dobrev left Vampire Diaries after the 6th season finale, many fans assumed it was due to her split with co-star Ian Somerhalder. Fortunately, that rumor wasn't true, as they were still on friendly terms and would have had no problem continuing their work together. Ultimately, Dobrev decided to leave the show after 6 seasons, as she felt like Elena had reached her full potential in the narrative. She wanted to go out on a high note and ensure that her character would be remembered fondly by viewers. Number 10. Shelley Long. Quit Cheers. Why? Ventured into movie acting. Expected financial loss per episode, a whopping $300,000. On December 15, 1986, Shelley Long bid farewell to her role as Diane on Cheers. Although she had done terrific work with co-star Ted Danson, the actress desired a change of pace and decided it was time for her character to be written off so that she could pursue more opportunities in film. The last Cheers episode was featuring Long, aired on May 7, 1987. Danson had signed on for one more season, yet Long decided to leave due to her lack of enthusiasm concerning the character Frasier as he became a regular part of the cast. She even requested that many funny lines given to him in scripts be removed. Number 11. Farrah Fawcett. Quit Charlie's Angels. Why? Displeased with her on-screen representation. Estimated salary loss, $40,000 per episode. Farrah Fawcett's portrayal of one of Charlie's Angels in 1976 catapulted her to fame, becoming a fan favorite instantaneously. In addition, her iconic swimsuit poster from that same year prompted an influx of adoring letters and increased media attention to the starlet, solidifying her place in pop culture history and earning critical acclaim professionally. In the end, Fawcett admitted that she had departed from Charlie's Angels due to her dissatisfaction with how the show presented herself and all the angels. The final episode happened in May 1977 after spending only one season on set. Number 12. Michael Keaton. Quit the Batman franchise. Why? A deep sense of loyalty and commitment to the previous director. Estimated revenue loss, a whopping $6 million per movie. Michael Keaton is beloved by many as the definitive Batman, tied with Christian Bale, and his performance in Batman Returns was celebrated. However, after director Tim Burton departed the franchise before its third installment, Batman Forever, Keaton stepped away from donning his iconic Batcape. To maintain Burton's initial vision of the Batman character, Joel Schumacher took over to continue the series. Out of loyalty and respect for his predecessor, Michael Keaton handed down the part to Val Kilmer, who made an unforgettable entrance in answering the bat signal. Number 13. Pamela Anderson. Quit Baywatch. Why? Seeking new professional experiences. Estimated salary loss, $200,000 per episode. Pamela Anderson skyrocketed to fame when she first donned the iconic red bathing suit and blonde locks as CJ Parker on Baywatch, a role that lasted for an impressive 4 years. After this time, Anderson decided to focus on bigger projects in modeling and acting. However, her impactful stint on the show always imprinted itself into pop culture history. Despite the bittersweet parting of ways, Anderson was more than pleased to reunite with her castmates years later for Baywatch Hawaiian Wedding in 2003. Her character, CJ, made a graceful exit by departing to Mexico to live among the rich and famous rock stars. Number 14. Emmy Rossum. Quit Shameless. Why? Eager to explore other projects. Estimated salary loss of $350,000 per episode. Emmy Rossum's 9-year run as the leader of Shameless has ended, and she took to Facebook for a heartfelt message about why it had reached its conclusion. Despite her departure, Rossum is grateful for all her castmates who have become like family over the years. She's especially thankful to John Wells, who provided immense support in helping her grow professionally. Rossum revealed her desire to leave Shameless after the show had gone above and beyond expectations in its longevity. However, she was keen to take on different roles, ultimately leading to her character being written off with a huge wad of cash.